Bruno Fernandes. Like, tell me about your perspective
Need a
of,
drink,
of playing with him, but also against him.
Well, against him, he's a nightmare.
Is he?
Yeah, because obviously he picks up all the right spaces that you don't want the opponent to pick up, and he's so tidy on the ball. He runs a lot, so he's a competitor. He wants to win for his team. He never gives up. So all the positives that you don't want against you. But now playing with him is going to be very easy, you know, because he can pick up the right pockets and I can just find him there, and then he can create whatever he needs to create, and from there we can move forward as a team, as a unit, you know. So yeah, hopefully we can do that together.
It's mad because I sat down with Bruno for one of these chats last season, and he spoke about playing forward, like taking risk is an absolute must for Man United. And is that an attitude that you share? Because I saw against PSG that some of the parts you play forward, breaking the lines and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely, because if you don't play forward, you can't go on and score goals. So you have to have that element of risk. Now, it's all controlled risk. The more you train on the passes, on the risk that you can take, the moment as well, if you're wide open as a team. I've made mistakes, I've lost some balls where we conceded straight away. So it's all things you learn. It's part of the process, and then it doesn't need to scare you though. That's something that I would tell a young Yuri as well, is that everything happens for a reason and it's part of the process, you know, and just learn and move on.
Again, the PSG game I watched, I mean, it was Bruno's first game back, and so one thing that gave me real confidence in you, not that I wasn't confident anyway, but it's just I saw you telling him when you passed him a ball, I think he passed it, I think you were shouting to him, shoot, make sure you shoot, take the shot.
The assist.
But that confidence and I'm Premier League ready, I'm experienced, captain of Belgium. Those type of things mean a lot within a team structure. You want to try and be successful. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I'm going to tell everyone, you know, and it's not to boss anyone around, because no one likes that, you know. It's just to try and help each other, to try and take the best decision. And I felt that there he could have shot easily, you know, with his shot, with his right foot, he can easily score from there. So
yeah, no, I like that. I sensed that in the training today as well with the guys. I love that, like, little bit of go on, I want a bit more. You know what I mean, a little bit of edge, which is
exactly
nice.
Yeah.
But most of your work is done in the middle of the pitch. But I'm keen to kind of understand, like, where is most of your work going to be done? Is it going to be like transferring the ball from the back line through the pitch, or is it going to be connecting more with the forward players?
A bit of both, I guess. It depends if it's build a play or if we pin them down in their half, you know. So yeah, I feel good in both. I feel good in when we have that build up play to take that pressure on, to open up spaces for the front line, and then when we get there, when we're in their half and we can keep the ball for a bit of passion, and then trying to find the last pass, I can do that as well, or the pass before the assist. That's one that's underrated in my opinion, because to open up a defense doesn't mean that you're going to get the assist, and in the end it doesn't matter as long as we can score. There should be a stat for that, innit? There should be, yeah.
How do you look at dictating a match? I think, like, I played with someone like Paul Scholes, who would later in his career would come really deep or to the side and really try and pull midfielders to him to then create that space behind. What is your way of trying to control a game?
It depends, because nowadays you have a lot of different systems that you play against. I'm not sure how it was back in your time, whether it was man-to-man, more zonal, but a lot of teams now, like PSG, they play man-to-man, you know. So you have to create space for your front line, because at the end of the day, you want to score and you want to get there as quickly as possible. But if it doesn't happen, then you have to be able to take on the pressure. So it's a bit of both, and then in the game you can feel what you need and where the spaces are. So it's very hard to explain. You just have to feel it in the moment. I'm not sure how it was for him at the time, whether it was
like it was more like, and that's interesting that you say it, because a lot of pundits and people that watch the game now who aren't playing right now and aren't in the changing rooms feel that it's very much more a structured game, more tactical, players aren't maybe allowed to think as much. But from what you're saying, it's like, yeah, there's structure, but there are times when you need to work for stuff.
Of course, yeah.
That's good.
Definitely. Well, I think there's been a time, yes, where the game was very rigid, but I think we're coming out of it now, and you see at the World Cup how games were a lot more open. There's been more goals than ever. And I think the manager here is one for it as well. Yes, there is structure, there is principles that we need to follow, but in the end, if we win the games, then he'll be open to everything, you know. So it's a balance that we need to find in between.
Someone who I think is really good at that, who can find ways to work things out himself, is Mainoo, another midfield partner of yours is going to be. What do you feel that he can offer the team alongside yourself in the middle of the park?
From playing against him, I think he's got great strength on the ball. He can hold the ball forever. His technical qualities, he can receive the ball, turn. I think maybe an area from what I've seen that he can improve is making the right choice, the right weight of pass, you know, to play forward. And like I said, that's process. You know, he's still so young. He will learn so much throughout his career, and I hope I can help him to learn all of those things. But yeah, if he can add that, then the sky's the limit, you know.
And on Andre
Santos, yes.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, he'll be a surprise package. A lot of people won't know about him yet because he's so young and he hasn't played as many games. As a holding midfielder, somebody who feels like he likes to play deep and particularly defensively very. What does he give you in when you play alongside someone like him?
It just gives you security, you know, knowing that for whatever reason you're caught out and you're a bit too far in the offensive line, knowing that you have that guy behind you that will sweep everything up, I think gives you great confidence that you can attack with freedom. But also, in a way, it makes you wanting to come back even more because you don't want to let him down, you know. So it's a bit of both, and I like him a lot. And from what I've seen the last week or so, he's been great. Even in the friendlies, you know, you can see how tight he is on the ball, a bit deeper, but then, like you said there, defensively, he can.
That defensive role has become like a really important part in every team that's successful now. You look at Vitinha, you look at Rodri. The best teams or the most successful teams have a player like that who's at the top of their game. Like, what makes an elite number 6 now?
I think it's his vision of the game, leadership qualities as well, to keep the others together with you, being able to control the tempo of the game. But you have to have the quality on the ball, you know, to be able to, like I said, receive under pressure, make sure you can find the forwards, and then when we defend, to try and keep the team compact.